Welcome back everybody to another top buy top sell video here in the A1 Edge Finder, where of course we're going to go over our number one buy and number one sell currently listed in the Edge Finder. But today I have so much more to show you. We have got some really cool things that I want to go over.
Right on. Very cool. Very cool.
Not just the smart money tracker and retail sentiment, but I have a brand new surprise for you that we just announced today in regards to the Edge Finder. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's go ahead and hop right in to the smart money tracker. And in fact, you know what? Actually, I just want to go ahead and show you our brand new product that we are launching alongside of the Edge Finder. It is Edge Finder Alerts. That's right. You can actually get Edge Finder score setup, score flips, COT report alerts, and new top setup alerts sent directly to your phone. So I'll explain a little bit how this works. We also have videos launching along with it on the YouTube, and you can also message down below. We have links down below in the description and in the comment section of this video where you can actually message in and talk to one of our team members live right now about the brand new Edge Finder alerts. But I'm going to give you a really quick sneak preview of it. This hasn't even gone live yet. We are just announcing it today, but I'm going to give you a really quick sneak preview, and then we'll go back into the Edge Finder and check out all of the most important information that you need to know starting your trading week. So first off, Edge Finder Alerts is our brand new product that we're launching alongside with the Edge Finder. This is going to be really exciting for us. This is something that we have been working on for a very long time now, and we are really excited to go ahead and show this off. So the Edge Finder Smart Alerts, you can see here, it's running through our Discord, and these notifications you can actually set it to send directly to your phone. So as soon as one of these alerts comes out, you will get a notification on your phone. You can actually see here. So our most recent one came out just about an hour ago, and you can see that we had two new strong bullish readings. Both Euro CAD and Aussie JPY became strong bullish readings, and you can actually see the reason why too. Euro CAD had a trend reading change from a +1 score to a +2 score, where Aussie JPY, the retail sentiment went up to a +1 score, and some of the economic news dropped from a -2 to a 0, helping that score reach a +7. So that's an example of what Edge Finder top setup alerts look like. You can also get COT report alerts. Now, COT data is something that is incredibly useful. That is something that we're looking at here with the Smart Money Tracker. We're actually about to get into the COT report. But what this is showing you is the biggest changes on the net long side and the net short side every week when the COT report comes out. COT data comes out once a week, and it comes from institutional traders, hedge fund managers. These types of people send out reports about what they are going long and short on, and each week you can get a quick update that is super clean and super easy to read, that explains the biggest changes on the long side and the short side. And then lastly, we also have score flips, so you can see if something goes from bullish to bearish or neutral to bullish, neutral to bearish. You can actually see that here. So like, for example, all of these were neutral at 1 and 2, and they have flipped into bullish biases, whereas GBP AUD was a neutral bias and it flipped to a bearish bias. So quick look at Edge Finder alerts. Again, if you want to talk to one of our team members, you can do so with the links down in the description or in the comment section right now, and ask them more about Edge Finder alerts. We are so excited to be launching this, and I hope that you guys enjoy it as much as we have been enjoying it. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the most important information that you need to know getting your trading week started. So first off, we are taking a look at the Smart Money Tracker. That's that COT data that I was just talking about. Comes out once a week from institutional traders and hedge fund traders. We can actually see what they are going long and short on, what positions they have open. And right now, currently, taking a look at this top chart, we can see that their most bullish asset is actually oil at 80.55% long. Following oil, we have the US dollar, the JP225, and some metals like gold and silver. Those are our most bullish biases right now from institutional traders. Whereas on the short side, we have the yen at 80.83% short, followed very closely by the Aussie and then the Canadian dollar as well. So those are some of our biggest movers to the long side and biggest movers to the short side, according to institutional traders. But this this is where things get really interesting. So we're taking a look at all of the same information that we looked at here. These are all of the same assets, but we have it listed in a different way. This way, I would argue, is even more important than just looking at what's bullish and what's bearish. So let me explain really quickly. So we have all of our same assets listed here, and I'm going to use the S&P as an example because this is actually a perfect example right up top here. You can see we have our lowest numbers down here at negative 8.4, and our highest number here is currently 7%. So what we're taking a look at with the S&P right here, we can see the total number of long contracts open, and we can see the total number of short contracts open. It's about 50-50. In fact, you can see that right here. It's actually 50.13% long and 49.87% short. And you're going to see that same information if you look up here. You can see it's basically 50-50 right in the middle. There's no real bias to the long side or the short side when it comes to this institutional data. So you're probably wondering, why is this so important? Why is this up top here? Well, that's because we're taking a look at the change in contracts from the last data release. So this column right here is our change in long contracts since our last data release. And we can see that institutional traders opened 57,315 long contracts. That's how many long contracts were opened by institutional traders. What about short contracts? They closed nearly 14,000 short contracts since our last data release. So again, they're opening short or long contracts and they're closing their short contracts. This percentage here is the net change difference between the shorted contracts closed and the long contracts open. That's why it's so important. With this, we can actually get a potential glimpse into the future by seeing what institutional traders are doing. We can see that they're moving their positions to the long side. So could this be the beginning of a long bullish run from institutional traders on the S&P 500? We'll have to wait and see, but we do know that they are closing their short positions and they're adding long positions, which is certainly something to pay attention to. So I'll give you a second to kind of look over the rest of this data. Again, we're taking a look at the net change here. This is the difference between long contracts added and short contracts added. I do think that it is actually so very useful in terms of getting a look ahead at what institutional traders might potentially be doing with their positions in the future. But with that, let's go ahead and check out retail sentiment. We're going to start off with our US dollars. These are our US dollar pairs, and we can see that we currently have USD CHF listed as our most long asset at 79%, and USD JPY is listed as our most shorted asset from retail traders at 81%. If you're curious why it's favored on the long side, but it's showing a bearish signal here, that is because unfortunately, retail traders more often than not are wrong in their trading and lose money. So we actually tend to take a look at the opposite of what most retail traders are doing when it comes to at least scoring these different things. So a heavy bullish signal here from retail traders means that we are going to look to be bearish, whereas a big bearish signal here means that we are looking to be bullish. But that is major US dollar pairs. Let's take a look at our minor currency pairs now. We have a lot more information to take a look at here, but CAD CHF is our most long minor currency pair from retail traders at 95%, and Euro JPY is our most shorted minor currency pair from retail traders at 80% short there. So that's smart money tracker and retail sentiment. Let's go back into our top setups and figure out which two pairs we're going to be breaking down. So we have USD CAD is our most bullish bias right now with a score of +10, and pound dollar is our most bearish bias right now with a score of a -13. So let's go ahead and hop into both of those. We can go to our trading ideas right here, go to FX majors because they are both US dollar pairs. And we're going to be taking a look at USD CAD first. So let's go ahead and open up USD CAD, our most bullish bias right now in the Edge Finder with that score of +10. COT Data, a score of +1, and retail sentiment also a score of +1. We can take a look at that information right over here. So again, we kind of already went over this, but the US dollar currently 76.88% long, and the Canadian dollar is favored 76.07% short. Taking a look at the retail sentiment, we can see that retail traders as a whole are 76% short favored on USD CAD. Our seasonality is also a score of +1. We can see here that in the month of October, we are towards the end of the month now, but in the month of October, nonetheless, historically speaking, over the last 10 years averaged together, USD CAD does tend to trend bullishly in the month of October. Our trend reading is also a score of +1. We can take a look at that with our score indicator here, and this actually shows you the day where price closed at and the edge finder score. So we can see that price hasn't moved around a whole lot with USD CAD over the last couple of days, and it has remained with a pretty bullish score throughout the month of October. Finally, we can finish up with our economic news over here. We can see that our economy score here is a +4. Inflation and interest rates both scores a +1, and the labor market currently has a neutral or a 0 score. And these are the numbers for that economic data. When it comes to the US dollar, we have GDP growth at 4.9%. We have MPMI at 0.2, retail numbers -0.1, inflation 3.7, unemployment 3.8, and interest rates currently sit at 5.5. For the Canadian dollar, we have 0% GDP growth, -0.5. MPMI, retail data -0.5 as well, inflation 3.8%, unemployment 5.5%, and interest rates just 5% there. So quick breakdown of USD CAD and all of the data backing its +10 very bullish bias. The other pair that we said we were going to take a look at was, let's see, pound dollar. So let's go ahead and open up our pound dollar page. And we can see that very bearish score of a -13 here. COT data is a -3 score, and retail sentiment a -1. Again, we already know that the US dollar is at 66.88% long, but the pound is at 56.1% short. And again, this is that percentage that we were talking about when we were looking at the smart money tracker. We can see the changes in long and short contracts open, and right now there was more short contracts getting opened on the pound. In fact, we can go take a look at it right over here. If I open this up and we look at the pound, we can see it favored on the bearish side here, and that is because, yes, there were 1,582 long contracts open, but compared to the 9,009 short contracts opened, clearly institutional traders are opening a lot more short contracts than they are opening long contracts when it comes to the British pound. So that's why it's getting that -% change right there. Retail sentiment on pound dollar as a whole, currently 66% long favored. There, seasonality is a score of -1. And again, we're at the end of October, but we can see that historically speaking, in the month of October, the pound dollar pair does tend to trend bearishly, historically speaking. If we take a look at our trend reading, we have a score of -2, and we can see, especially in the past couple of days, price has really shot down when it comes to the pound dollar, and has been kind of moving lower and lower ever since October 12th. So for about 2 weeks now, we've seen price move lower and lower. We can see those edge finder scores get lower as well. Price did come back up a little bit, but the edge finder remained bearish, and we can see price again dropped, resulting in that lower edge finder score, again, currently sitting at a -13. Let's finish up with our economic data. Our economy score is a -2, inflation 0, interest rates -1, and labor markets -3. We already went all over all of the dollar pairs when we took a look at USD CAD. So let's just go over the pound. We have GDP growth at 0.2%, MPMI at 0.9, retail numbers at -1.3, inflation 6.7%, unemployment 4.3%, and interest rates at 5.25%. So there we go, all of the data backing up pound dollar's very bearish -13 score there. So I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at the smart money tracker, that COT data, retail sentiment, both USD CAD and pound USD, and all of the data and information backing those bullish and bearish biases, and of course the edge finder alert. If you're interested in edge finder alerts and getting all of that information sent directly to your phone, you can message one of our team members right now with the links down down in the description or pinned in the comment section.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free Edge Finder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.